Quietude Manual No. 2. Subject: the loading screen. Revision: final. You spend 6 months of your life waiting at red lights. That is half a year staring at a dirty windshield. You call this waiting, but it's just a loading screen. You're a biological machine stuck in a pause menu. Most people can't handle the silence. It's the digital twitch. The light turns red and the phone is out before the car even stops. You're checking for a notification, a like, a ping, any evidence that you still exist in the cloud because you don't want to exist here, in a seat that smells like old fast food and upholstery cleaner. You are terrified that if you aren't scrolling, you might have to look at your own reflection in the rearview mirror and realise you don't recognise the person looking back. You aren't checking your phone because you're busy. You're checking it because you're bored of being you. Think about the microwave. 60 seconds. You stand there, heart rate spiking, watching digital numbers count down. You're ready to kill for a burrito. This is the comedy of the modern animal. We can map the human genome and Land Rovers on Mars, but we can't survive 60 seconds without an output. You're addicted to the done. You're terrified of the doing. You stand in that kitchen light like a lab rat waiting for a pellet that's never quite hot enough in the middle. Think about the hold music. You're trying to cancel a subscription or talk to a bank, and you're forced to listen to a low bit rate version of a song that was already bad in 1994. A voice interrupts every 30 seconds to tell you that your call is important. It's a lie. If it were important, a human would be talking to you. You are being put in a digital waiting room designed to make you hang up. They want you to go away. Most people get angry. They pace, they growl. But look at the opportunity. You are being paid in time to listen to the sound of a corporation failing to handle its own bureaucracy. It's a front row seat to the collapse of the machine. Enjoy the static. Look at the faces in a doctor's office. Nobody is actually there. Everyone is buffering. You stare at dated magazines about celebrities who are already divorced or dead, just to avoid looking at the stranger sitting 3 feet away from you. We spend our 20s waiting for our 30s, our weekdays waiting for the weekend, and our life waiting for a retirement that's just a different waiting room with better insurance and softer chairs. We treat our entire existence like a lobby for a party we weren't actually invited to. Consider the airport terminal. It's the ultimate loading screen, a high-security purgatory where you pay $11 for a lukewarm sandwich just for the privilege of sitting on a carpet that hasn't been cleaned since the 90s. You watch the departures board like it's a religious text. You think that once you get on that plane, once you reach the next city, you'll finally be the version of yourself that's happy. But you're just carrying your baggage, literal and emotional, from one waiting room to the next. You aren't travelling. You're just changing the background of your own boredom. Do something radical. Stay in the lobby. Stop trying to optimise your frustration. There is power in being the only person in the room who isn't trying to escape it. When the elevator stalls between floors, don't check your watch. Your watch is just a set of handcuffs that tells you how late you are for a job you hate or a date that won't call you back. Most people use efficiency as a way to hide from the fact that they have no idea what to do with themselves when they aren't working. This is the only time the world isn't asking you to be a brand, a worker, or a success. You're just a body occupying space. You're a glitch in the machine. We live in a culture that treats stillness like a disease. We're told that if we aren't growing, we're rotting. But look at a forest. Most of what a tree does is stand still and wait for the sun. It doesn't have a 5-year plan. It doesn't check its pulse. It just occupies its space. If the progress bar freezes at 99%, let it. The world won't end if the file doesn't upload. The email can wait. The breaking news will be old news in 20 minutes. We act like every delay is a tragedy. But most of what we're rushing toward isn't worth the adrenaline we're wasting to get there. We are sprinting toward a finish line that just leads to another starting block. Eventually the doors will open. The ding tells you that you're allowed to be useful again. Everyone else will bolt forward. They think they're winning a race. They aren't. They're just rushing toward the next line they have to stand in. The next grocery store, the next bank, the next funeral. They are experts at getting things done, but they've forgotten how to actually be present for any of it. Move slower. You've seen the void and you realised it's just a room with bad lighting. Don't be in a hurry. The destination is just another place where you'll be expected to perform. When you finally get to where you're going, you'll realise the most interesting part of your day was the 3 minutes you spent staring at a brick wall while the world was on hold. Stay in the lobby as long as you can. Refuse the update. The system is fine. You're just taking your time. Go back to sleep or don't. It doesn't matter. The light is green.